If there's one time in history that Jamaica needs to be ashamed, it's this. So let's get into the story, and I'm getting this one from CNN. Just 2 months after the conclusion of a Women's World Cup, which broke records and a new ground, women's soccer is engulfed in another damaging crisis, with the history making Jamaican players refusing to play for their country in upcoming internationals. The players in question said that they are taking a drastic stance in an attempt to end constant mistreatment from their national governing body. Members of the World Cup squad, the statement read, were still waiting for correct payments for their performances at the tournament and accused the Jamaican Football Federation of poor management. The statement also accused the JFF of unprofessional communication and said players only learned about their new head coach Xavier Gilbert through social media. Gilbert was an assistant to former coach Warren Donaldson. We have dealt with this lack of communication, poor organization, poor management, and delayed payments from the JFF time and time again, said the statement, which was signed with Love, Your Reggae Girls. For these reasons, we take our stance in solidarity with hope to end this cycle of mistreatment. In a statement posted on its website, the JFF said it suspended any selection of players in question. In a statement posted on its website, the JFF said it suspended any selection of any players in question until contractual issues can be resolved. The JFF is uncomfortable with the response of the players and the non-attendance of the players' representatives to a scheduled meeting today, said the statement. The JFF is eager to clear up all the concerns that the team may have in accordance with the contracts. If there is a grievance or concern, this must be placed squarely on the table to be addressed and documented to the JFF. Jamaica is not the only team this year's World Cup to lock horns with its governing body following a tournament. The Spanish national team, which won the tournament for the first time, put on a united front during a scandal which captured the attention of the world, forcing Royal Spanish Football Federation into sweeping changes in the wake of then-President. Much of Spain's World Cup winning squad had boycotted subsequent games to enforce changes to the governing body. After weeks of fierce criticism, Rubiales resigned and former head coach George Valdea lost his job. Many of the players, including Hermos, have since agreed to represent their country again. Jamaica, its own history at the World Cup, becoming the first Caribbean nation ever to reach the knockout phase of the tournament. The team is set to play CONCACAF Gold Cup qualifying matches against Panama on October 25th and Guatemala on October 29th. On Saturday, the JFF announced an inexperienced squad for the team's upcoming fixtures, missing many of its key players. Only 6 of the 23 players called up for the 2 matches have previously represented the national team at a senior level, according to Jamaica Gleaner. And has reached out to World Cup's governing body, FIFA, for comment but has not received a response. While this has been one of the hardest decisions we had to make, we feel it's necessary to take such a drastic stance to put an end to the constant mistreatment we have received from the Jamaica Football Federation, the statement from players read. In addition, we have yet to receive full and correct payments for our historic performances at the World Cup and the numerous outstanding bonuses for qualifying in the summer of 2022, the statement said. For years, Jamaica women's team has battled for better funding and working conditions. The team was disbanded in 2008 and in 2016 due to underfunding, but against the odds and with the help of funding from Bob Marley's daughter Cedella, Jamaica qualified for its first ever World Cup in 2019. Ahead of this year's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, Many of the first team squad wrote an open letter to the JFF expressing their utmost disappointment in what they describe as subpar conditions during their World Cup preparations. In a statement on its website at the time, the JFF acknowledged that things have not been done perfectly. Despite issues off the field, Jamaica's players once again defied expectations this year by making it through a World Cup group that contained France, Brazil, and Panama on their way to making history. I posted their GoFundMe when they needed funding to go to the World Cup. I posted when they made history at the World Cup, and I'm definitely posting this now. Honestly, I'm truly pissed off and slightly emotional about this happening because they have gone through so much before the World Cup, after the World Cup, during the World Cup, when it comes to funding, when it comes on to their practice, when it comes on to them traveling, when it comes on to every single thing, and they still defied all the odds and made history happen for not only Jamaica but the Caribbean in general. And the way that they're treated is crazy to me. Reggae Boys team is super funded. They spend millions every single year and they have not reached a World Cup in years. They spend millions on everything for the men's side. Why don't they give the women the same energy when the women are making history and they're defying all odds that have been placed in their way? I cannot understand for the life of me why they still haven't gotten payment from a money that was sent to JFF already from them going to the World Cup. Why do they have to wait to get their money? It's their money. They work hard for it. They train hard for it. And they have not seen a dime of their money. Where is their money? Why is it so hard for the JFF to give these women their money? And this goes along the lines of corruption, misuse of funds, and how they try to push things under the rug and silence people when they come out and speak of the horrible treatment and how they misappropriate funds and stuff. And that's just my opinion. But this definitely goes along the lines of this from a person looking in. Whoever is running the JFF need to be removed expeditiously. Whoever is the head of the JFF in Jamaica need to get out the way or put someone that's more capable of doing their job in that position, because obviously they have something against the reggae girls. Or maybe I'm mistaken, because the reggae boys don't get this energy. They get their money, they get millions spent on their team when they don't do okay? They don't do a thing. So what's the problem? What is the problem? Why do the women have to beg for money that they work hard for? And I feel like everybody should be outraged about this. And I feel like this is a little bit too silent for me. There's only 6 members participating in football games because the rest refuse. No, man. With that being said, comment what your thoughts are in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I don't want to get too emotional or be too emotionally charged in this video. I'm gonna leave it right here. Comment what your thoughts about the reggae girls, their mistreatment, how they made history, and also what do you guys think of the JFF in Jamaica? I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.